Nice, you made it. Okay, listen, you got through this day. Well done. Tomorrow's about to begin, and you just did like shit, I guess. I don't know what you've been through. Judging by the fact that you're listening to this video, you're definitely somewhat able to listen to something, which means you actually care enough to make somewhat of a difference. So, I mean, let's just give ourselves a pat on the back for that. Hell yeah, good job. Dab me up, bro. Alright. It's really hard to give ourselves credit these days because, I mean, you look at your friends, right? One of them's going diving, the other one's going for a Japan trip, and you just did push-ups for the second day in a row or something like that. It's really difficult to be giving ourselves credit when we're constantly looking at those things. P.S. That is why I actually quit social media. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. It's like your brain heals in real time. It's amazing. Anyways, it's hard to give ourselves credit because, you know, you look around, you compare, comparison's a thief of joy. We've all heard that shit. But like, it's also just kind of tough, you know, because you're never taught to just be like, oh yeah, good job me. Like literally pat yourself on the back. We're not used to that. But what you can do is realize that you're not doing too bad yourself. Sometimes when you fail, you gotta remember that it's just one step backwards in this dance that we call life. It's not like you're Sisyphus and you just drop the boulder down the entire mountain, you have to start over. Although in some cases it definitely would be, like, you know, if you're working on something made of glass and all of it breaks. But, you know, that's not the case. Like, just because you miss one day of gym and then you ate McDonald's the next day, you're not just gonna lose all your gains. You're gonna be fine. Also, another great way of looking at it is, if you do in fact fail, it's because it wasn't time for you to succeed yet. Now, depending on the situation, it could honestly just be like one of those moments where, you know, where the protagonist is fighting the antagonist at the start of the movie, and then the protagonist gets like his arm cut off or something. I'm just talking about Sekiro. You still have to go through all that lore, you know, to beat that demon, to beat that Ishin or whatever. And you shouldn't feel bad about that, you know? It's a great thing. Progress is fun. It might be slow sometimes, but it's what will get you to that end, you know? It's what will get you to that boss fight that you beat. One quick sentiment that I want to leave with you is it's only that deep, you know. Your brain is not always right. And you can't argue with me on this, okay? Your brain is wrong a lot of the time. Especially if you're like me and you have social anxiety. I went out multiple times being too loud. And then my brain was like, nah, too loud. And then I kept to myself and I was reserved. And then my brain was like, oh, but you could have said this, and you could have said that, and you could have been like this. When actually no one cares. No one freaking cares. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You can be quiet. You can be loud. Just don't do anything because you think other people are gonna think of you a certain way. Your brain, your time is so much more valuable than constantly focusing on what other people are thinking about you. And finally, before I go, just meow at the cashier. You know, like if you're in a good mood and you're just about to pay for your food or something, just like, you know, pay for it and then meow at them or something, you know. Convince yourself that it's just not that important, especially if you're getting over something like social anxiety. Like me, when I suffer with this kind of shit, I tend to overcomplicate things and think that, oh, if I say this is wrong, and this is wrong if I don't do this, when really no one freaking cares. I want to like iterate this. I want to iterate this over and over again until it drills into your head that it doesn't freaking matter, dude. Okay? Meow at the cashier. I haven't done that yet. But I will do it. I've already meowed at a security guard and that was great. But I have to meow at the cashier. Anyways, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye!